Back in February, we told you about the Reardan teenager who police say was accidentally shot and killed by one of his friends when they were hanging out all day on a snow day.
That's right. And Shadrach Hall-Turner died that day. Today, the now 17-year-old who fired the gun learned he will be spending the next 2.5 years in a Juvenile Rehabilitation Center for bringing the gun and ultimately firing that deadly shot. And a note, 4 News Now will not be naming the defendant because he was ultimately charged in juvenile court as a minor.
Our Natalie Grant was in the courtroom in Lincoln County today when he learned his fate. Natalie, what can you tell us?
Well, Jordan, Kirsten, friends and family of both Shadrach and the defendant filled the courtroom here in Lincoln County today. It was an emotional day as the family of Shadrach read those victim impact statements and shared how much they love and miss him. Now, when the defendant entered into the courtroom today, his case was being heard in Superior Court but as a part of this plea deal, it was moved to Juvenile Court with a longer than average sentence. This comes out to about 2.5 years for both charges of unlawful possession of a firearm as a minor and first-degree manslaughter. However, the judge did agree that if he does not maintain good behavior, he'll be transferred to the Department of Corrections once he turns 18 and finish his sentence with the adults.
And while Shadrach is never going to come back to us, someday he's going to get out of jail. Someday he is going to return to society, and the state has an obligation to ensure or attempt to bring him back into society as a functioning member of that society.
Now, during those victim impact statements, the family of Shadrach made it clear that they did not want this case moved and they were hoping for a longer sentence, but in the end saying they would strive to keep Shadrach's memory alive.
We'll work for laws upholding people responsible for their unsecured guns, holding teens responsible for their harm they inflict on others, educating kids on how dangerous loaded guns can be and quickly end someone's life.
Now, today, the defendant was visually remorseful, crying while those victim impact statements were read, and even apologizing to the family of Shadrach when he read his statement, calling him his best friend. Now, all parties said they agreed on this deal to hopefully give the defendant the time he needs to learn from his tragic mistake that night and hopefully set him up for a life after his sentence where he still has a chance to succeed. Reporting in Lincoln County tonight, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
Natalie, thank you.